Okay, next one's from Alex. Alex says, Bradley, can you talk about robots.txt file, or if you have any recommendations on how you would set it up? Should we block certain bots, etc., or do you just leave the robots file unmodified when publishing a GHL site? Yeah, and the GHL sites, I just leave it unmodified. I don't mess with it for that. I haven't tested with any doing. I haven't really felt the need to with high level sites to add a specific robots.txt file. With WordPress though, I think depending on what plugins you're using, which page builders you're using, that kind of stuff. There's oftentimes it's required in order to prohibit crawlers, preferably Google, from crawling parts of the site because it wastes crawl budget, right? It uses more of Google's resources than is needed when it's crawling pages and URLs, et cetera, or sections of the site that it has no business crawling because it's never going to index them anyway. So why? Why would they need to be crawled? Why waste crawl budget on that? And so part of the helpful content update, guys, was um, Google is addressing sites and technical SEO errors and points of crawl resistance, as Cecilia has mentioned many, many times, or had kind of get one of our members, Cecilia, mentioned the term crawl resistance. And so a point of crawl resistance is like a demerit for the overall quality score for the site. And so anytime you're telling the Googlebot or allowing the Googlebot to crawl parts of the site that aren't going to index, that shouldn't index, then that's wasting crawl budget, right? And so why not restrict that so that you're only asking Google to crawl those things that are essential, that need to be, that can and should be indexed, so that you can make the site more efficient, which Google is rewarding right now. And so I don't think it's necessary for the GHL sites, although I've not done any testing with that. I just haven't felt the need to yet. But with WordPress, I certainly do recommend it because then you can do like prohibit certain strings from being so certain directories or anything after a particular URL string with if you put the asterisk there or whatever, it means disallow any. That's like a wild card. It says don't allow any crawling of this URL string past this point of if this pattern in the URL, if that makes sense. And so there's a way to prevent Google from crawling various parts of the site in URLs like WP-JSON URLs and things like that that are really unnecessary that would waste crawl budget. So if you look at TreeCare HQ, there is a plugin that I've used for that one because for a period of time there, I was getting a ton of traffic on TreeCare HQ, and so it was causing problems with speed and everything else. Just give me a second, show you which plugin it is. And so part of what I did was I did two things. I did an advanced robots.txt file, and every time I log into this stupid directory site, there's a bunch of updates. I fucking hate WordPress, just so you guys know. I really do. I can't stand it. But anyways, let me find the plugins. We'll take a look at it. I did advanced robots.txt for this one, and then I also did a Blackhole Pro, which is a kind of it integrates with the robots.txt file, but Better Robots.txt. That's a good plugin if you're using WordPress. If you're doing it in HighLevel, like I said, I haven't even bothered with it in HighLevel yet, so I don't have any recommendations for you. But those of you that are using WordPress, that is a good robots.txt plugin that has some advanced settings. And then the other one is it's Blackhole Pro, I think it's called. Yeah, Blackhole Pro. If you go search that protects your site against bad bots by trapping them in a virtual black hole. And I found that this is a pretty cool plugin right here, if we can find it right there. So I use this, which also gives you a kind of an advanced robots.txt file. If we just go view the site, the TreeCare HQ is back on page 1 for tree service directory again. I don't know why it dropped out for a while, and I really didn't spend any time trying to figure out why. I just left it alone because I just use it as a sales tool anyway. But for some reason here's an example. If you look at the robots.txt file here, you can see that where we're allowing and what we're disallowing. And this is what I'm talking about. So, all of that is just to get back to say it. I don't think it's necessary for high level sites so much, but definitely for WordPress sites it is. Now, again, I've not spent any time investigating whether I should even add it to a high level site. I just haven't had the time to do that. But now that you mentioned it, it's on my radar. I think I will take a look at it. Go look at some Search Console data for some of those sites to determine if Google is crawling things that we can restrict via robots.txt. Hopefully that's clear. And lastly, just again, that Better Robots.txt file, right? Or excuse me, let's go copy that and go visit that real quick. because they've got some good information on their site about it as well. Yeah. So, and they've got training and stuff like that, or that kind of explains how to configure it and all that. And I'm just pointing this out again. But I know you were asking about HighLevel, but there's some good information to be gleaned from this plugin that can be then applied to a robots.txt file for a HighLevel site. Okay. All right, moving on.